Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I am continuing House of the Dragon. This is Season 1, Episode 10, titled The Black Queen. And now we've made it to the season finale, the finale of Season 1, and wow, what a season it has been. I have thoroughly enjoyed every episode. All the time jumps, I really did not mind them at all. I really like the story that they're telling here. All of the characters are so layered and interesting, and the actors who are portraying them have done an amazing job all the way through. Like every aspect of this series is just firing on all cylinders, if you ask me. And I'm so happy that, like, at least for me personally, what this series has done for me, because after I've said this before, but after the end of Game of Thrones, after that last season, I really didn't feel like diving back into this world. But now I'm fully in again, and I cannot wait to watch this season finale and what's going to happen, because in the previous one, the Green Council, where we focus more on the Greens, and I've just noticed that I'm wearing green today. That does not mean that I'm on their side. Doesn't mean that I'm on the side of Rhaenyra either, necessarily. I'm not on anyone's side, really. I'm just watching all of this unfold, all this tragedy, I guess you could call it, this family tragedy that's going on. And it's damn entertaining. It can also be very hard to watch sometimes, of course, with what's going on inside of this world, and how everything is structured. But as I was just about to say with the last one, a lot happened, and by the end of it, we have a new king, Aegon the Second. That's going to be really interesting, like seeing what sort of king he is going to be. We know from what we've just seen in this season or during this season that he can be a bit of an asshole, and he has some, what do you call them, proclivities that are yikes. The whole thing with the children fighting in the previous one and just finding out more about him, even though he doesn't want to be king. I think it's dangerous putting him in that situation and giving a guy like that a lot of power, even though there are people behind him who are trying to steer him in certain directions. Alicent will, try to influence him in one way, and then her father, Otto, will try to influence him in another way. And I'm sure someone like Aemon, he would want to influence him perhaps as well, because Aemon really wants to sit that throne, and he thinks that he's more suited for it, and Aegon himself doesn't think that he's suited for it, but maybe he does now, or at least he's gonna lean into it after seeing everybody cheering for him in the end when we had the coronation, which was a really, really cool and well-made sequence, and ending with Rhaenys just bursting out of the floor on her dragon, killing a bunch of innocents, which of course doesn't sit well with me at all. And she could have killed everyone right there, Alicent and Aegon and Otto and Kristen Cole, like everybody. If she had just said Dracarys, they would have been done for. But I think they've established her character well enough that she wouldn't do something like that. And now she's most likely heading to Dragonstone and going to tell Rhaenyra about everything that just went down. And I can't wait to see her reaction, what she's going to do. And then I'm thinking that the season is going to wrap up with the Dance of the Dragons starting for real. This civil war between the Greens and the Blacks. Damn, cannot wait to get into this one. But before I do so, I also want to tell you guys about our Patreon page, where you can support the channel, of course, first and foremost, but you can also watch full-length reactions for all the shows that we're doing, including this one. Watch the entire episode with me, just sync up the video with your own copy of the episode. I've also been watching some exclusive stuff over there, I guess you could call it. Some stuff that's not going to come out on YouTube, like The Rings of Power and She-Hulk. I've started Cowboy Bebop. Those they will come out on YouTube at some point in the not too distant future. But if you want to watch some of that now, you can do so over on Patreon. There's a link down in the description below. And also, Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, comment, all that good stuff. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get into this. Here we go. A few cracks in that table. Drift mark. Ah, yeah.
The sea snake is going to die, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, there's that as well.
It was my duty. And in time, I came to understand I had to earn my inheritance.
Not like you.
In what way, sweet boy?
Not so... perfect.
Perfect. Oh, my sweet summer child.
Princess Rhaenys has just arrived on Dragonback. She urgently requests an audience with you and Prince Daemon.
This is gonna be a bit of a surprise. Where to start, even?
Might we hope for news of Lord Corlys's recovery?
Lucerys is dead.
Yeah, you could start with that.
There is more.
A lot more.
Aegon has been crowned as his successor.
How long ago?
A day passed, perhaps two. I was made a prisoner in my quarters while the Queen made her preparations.
Lucerys has been slain.
Well, no.
That whore of a queen murdered my brother and stole his throne, and you could have burnt more for it.
A war is like to be fought over this treachery, to be sure.
I like the addressing this.
But that war is not mine to begin. I only rushed this warning to you out of loyalty to my husband and to my house. The Greens are coming for you, Rhaenyra. And for your children.
And so it begins. Oh no. What? Oh no. No.
Baby's coming.
Oh, she's that pregnant?
Her term is far from complete.
Yeah.
This should not be happening.
No.
It is fucking happening!
We've had so many childbirths this season. Most of them haven't gone well. Just the ones we've seen.
I'll fly to the Riverlands myself and affirm Lord Tully's support.
You will do no such thing.
It's good you're here, young prince. You're needed to patrol the skies on Virmax.
Did you hear what I said?
Come on, Daemon.
I'm grateful for your long service to the crown, so I'm presenting you with a choice.
Huh. Swear allegiance or die. Not much of a choice.
You shouldn't do this alone, Princess. Let us help you.
What the fuck? Why are we seeing this? Fucking hell, man. What the fuck? This is absolutely horrible. I did not see this coming. That we're going to get this in the finale. And what, man? And yeah, this is hitting me hard because I have a now 8-week-old baby. And he's fine and all. And the birth went fine on our end. But just... seeing her wrap up her baby like that. Oh.
I mean no harm, brothers.
So, Eric, right? I keep mixing them up.
I swear to ward the Queen with all my strength,
He took
and give my blood for hers.
Viserys' crown. So we're gonna get another coronation. Oh, and there it is. Okay, wow, that's cool. Wow. And now the board is set.
What is our standing?
We have 30 knights, 100 crossbow men, and 300 men-at-arms. Dragonstone is relatively easy to defend, but as an instrument of conquest, our army leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
My Lady Mother was in Arran.
Yeah.
The Vale will not turn cloak against their own kin.
River Run was always a close friend to your father, Your Grace.
I'm going to treat with him myself.
What of Storm's End and Winterfell?
There has never lived a Stark who forgot an oath, and with House Stark, the North will follow.
Lord Boros Baratheon will need to be reminded of his father's promises.
Those are some strong allies, if you can get them.
And our enemies.
We have no friends among the Lannisters. Tywin has served the hand too long to turn against him. The Riverlands are essential, Your Grace.
Pray forgive my bluntness, Your Grace, but talk of men is moot. Your cause owns a power that has not been seen in this world since the days of old Valyria. Dragons.
Use them? But they have dragons as well.
Seasmoke still resides on Driftmark. Vermithor and Silverwing dwell on the Dragon Mound. Then there are the 3 wild dragons, all of whom nest here.
And who is to ride them?
Dragonstone has 13 to their 4.
Wow.
Surround King's Landing with the dragons, and we could have every greenhead mounted on spikes before the fucking moon turns.
Grace,
That's...
a ship has been sighted offshore. A lone galleon flying a banner of a 3-headed green dragon.
Who? Wait. Did Otto go there himself? Dude. Huh. This seems familiar. There's no music right now. It just makes it all so much more eerie.
Acknowledge Aegon as king. In exchange, his grace will confirm your possession of Dragonstone. Lucerys will be confirmed as the legitimate heir to Driftmark. Your sons, by Prince Daemon, will also be given places of high honor at court.
I would rather feed my sons to the dragons than have them carry shields and cups for your drunken usurper cunt of a king.
The succession changed the day your father sired a son. I only regret that you and he were the last to see the truth of it.
You are no more hand than Aegon is king. Fucking traitor.
Fuck is this?
What? A letter?
Queen Alicent has not forgotten the love you once had for each other.
Oh, the page she ripped out of the...
She can have her answer now, stuffed in her father's mouth along with his withered cock. Let's end this mummer's farce.
No.
Okay, so it's Sir Eric on Rhaenyra's side, not Eric. Damn it. Had it wrong again. Okay. No blood is being spilled today. I mean, those were gracious terms, but Viserys did name Rhaenyra heir. There's just no way to... Fucking hell.
When dragons flew to war, everything burned. I do not wish to rule over a kingdom of ash and bone.
Are you considering the High Tower's terms, Your Grace?
Heard that before.
To defend the realm, not cast it headlong into war.
The enemy have declared war. What are you going to do about it?
Clear the room.
Yeah, I was just about to say. The two of you should have a little talk before you just air it out in front of everyone.
You know, my oath reaches beyond our personal ambitions. A song of ice and fire.
What? Oh, he doesn't know about it.
The coming war against the darkness in the north, the conqueror's dream. Viserys shared it with me when he named me heir.
What the fuck? Daemon?
Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
Daemon, for fuck's sake. Could have said all that without fucking choking her.
Your brother is also dead.
Easy now.
He stood before the king and denounced Rhaenyra's sons as illegitimate.
For fuck's sake.
Daemon took his head for it.
Part of his head.
We shall declare for no one.
Oh.
We will retire to high tide to be content with our grandchildren.
Jace, Luke, and Joff are claimants to the throne. Those boys will not be safe so long as Aegon is king.
You're gonna have to choose a side.
Every man standing round the painted table urges her to plunge the realm into war. Rhaenyra is the only one who's demonstrated restraint.
That's true.
Our houses are bound by common blood and common cause. This high tower treason cannot stand. You have the full support of our fleet and house.
Whoa, okay.
Consequence of my near demise in the Stepstones is that we now control them. I took care to fully garrison the territory this time.
Oh.
A total blockade of the shipping lanes will be in place in days, if not already. The Triarchy have been routed. The Narrow Sea is ours.
Wow, that's big.
If we're to have enough swords to surround King's Landing, we must first secure the support of Winterfell, the Eyrie, and Storm's End.
I'll prepare the ravens, Your Grace.
Dragons can fly faster than ravens.
Oh.
And they're more convincing.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
If you take this errand, you go as messengers, not as warriors. You must take no part in any fighting. Swear it to me, now. Under the eyes of the Seven.
Just hope everyone else abides by those customs.
Lord Boros is an eternally proud man. You'll be honored to host a prince of the realm. I expect you will receive a very warm welcome.
Why do I have the feeling that that's not going to be the case? And that this is actually goodbye between them or something. Don't end here. Okay, good. Okay, Daemon, what are you doing? Again, he becomes like the unpredictable element inside of all of this. That's not Caraxes. What are you gonna do? Oh no. Alright, so that's Storm's End. We've never really seen it before, have we? We've seen like the inside of it. Oh, fuck. I have a feeling something horrible is going to happen here. Oh, fuck. Vega. So Aemond is here?
Which is it? King or queen? The House of the Dragon does not seem to know who rules it. What's your mother's message? Where's the bloody maester?
You can't fucking read it yourself?
King Aegon at least came with an offer. My swords and banners for a marriage pact. Go home, pup. And tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
I shall take your answer to the Queen, my lord.
Don't. Oh, fuck. Just walk out of there. No, 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 no. Don't draw your sword.
I came as a messenger, not a warrior.
Exactly.
Fight would be little challenge.
Don't let him provoke
No.
you, dude. Fucking.
I want you to put out your eye.
Wow.
Not here. Give me your eye, or I will take it, boss. Not in my hall. Take Prince Lucerys back to his dragon. Now.
Well, at least he's. You know, he honors that. Lord Baratheon. Oh. Wow, Aemond. But it's not over. It's not fucking over. Get on your dragon and fly. Go, 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 go. Oh. He's not gonna make it back, is he? Fuck this weather. I mean... Ugh. Storm's End indeed. Oh, yeah, above you. Oh, Aemond, you fucker. Ooh, yeah, that's too narrow for you. Find somewhere to hide. Somewhere where he can't get at you. Or where Vhagar can't get at you. Oh, shit. Oh no, the dragons are going rogue. Oh, you're out of the storm at least. Wow, that's beautiful. No. No. Well, that was the first blow, and you just started this thing. Or Vhagar did. My fuck. As Lucerys said, dragons, something they never should have trifled with. I'm paraphrasing, but the thought of them controlling the dragons, it's an illusion. Fuck, now all bets are off. And that's the end of the first season. Wow. I have no words right now. What the fuck? But there we go, guys. I just needed a quick little breather after that season finale. That was as intense as it gets, pretty much. Wow. Got chilled so many times throughout this episode. Teared up, hyped up. I was scared. Just all of the emotions throughout this one. And again, as I said up top, like, no, I'm not necessarily like on the side of the greens or the blacks. I'm just watching all of this unfold, and I mentioned the word tragedy, and that is truly what this whole thing is. Everything could have been so different if there's just been a few minor changes through history, or you could say like one of the big ones obviously was the one that Alicent and Rhaenys talked about in the previous episode, with like if Rhaenys had become queen or ruler instead of Viserys, then yeah, everything surely would have been different. But that is not the case. This is where we are. Aegon has usurped Rhaenyra, but not in the eyes of everyone in King's Landing and a lot of the people in the realm. And it's not really, like, to many of them either. It's not about that. It's not, like, someone, we saw it, like, someone like Lord Baratheon. He does not fucking care who made what oath. It's more like, what can you offer me? What power can you give me? Because everybody wants something. Everybody wants power. Everybody wants to get ahead in life. So, yeah, he clearly declared for Aegon instead of Rhaenyra. But yeah, I'll get to the ending. later, I guess. Because first, yeah, Rhaenyra had to get the news that her father had died, which hit her hard, and then Rhaenys telling her about Aegon becoming king and in the dragon pit in front of everyone, and Daemon knew that, yeah, we have to act fast, and I guess it's also something he's been looking for, like an excuse to go against the High Towers and go against the Greens here, just in general. But first, Rhaenyra had to take care of something else, because the news just put her into labor, I guess, and prematurely, very much prematurely. And it was a miscarriage, and we saw fucking all of it. Oh man, that was so hard to watch. They've done that several times now throughout this fucking season. 3 times now. Fuck. The first with Emma. And when we got to see a lot of that as well. And that was horrifying to watch. And that really got me. Because like at that point when I watched it, Kat hadn't given birth yet. So that was difficult. And then we had Lena. Didn't get to see much of that. Like she went out as a dragon rider, the dragon rider's death, I guess you could say. And told Vhagar to just Dracarys. And now here in the finale, we got this. That was also extremely difficult to watch, and I just thinking about, because I don't want those images to enter my head, but they do, because I think about my child and what if and whatnot, but also just the image of a parent holding their dead baby and caressing it and then wrapping it up. Oh, fuck, guys. That's... Oh, this series is not for the faint of heart. It really isn't. But once, that was over with and they were mourning the loss of their child, their baby, didn't... Yeah, the miscarriage... when they were mourning, that's when Sir Eric, and it's Eric, right, with an E, not Eric, because I keep switching them up, but he came to Dragonstone and he brought the crown that Viserys was wearing. So of course it's a different crown than the one Aegon is wearing now. He's wearing the Conqueror's crown, and he even got Blackfire, the Conqueror's sword. But Rhaenyra, she was crowned with Viserys' crown. She's now queen, and we have those two opposing sides. The board has been set, and that was... Wow, that table, holy fuck. I didn't know that was what it did, when you light a fire under it and then it just lights up like that. That was extremely cool. And then it was just all about, okay, who do we have as allies? What is the next move here? And Rhaenyra was being like very stern all the way throughout and very tempered in the way that she was dealing with things. And I was so impressed with that, I must say, in the face of everything. Because she did not want to just go straight to war and bloodshed and let's get at them. We have to think about this. And she didn't even want to be the one who dealt the first blow. She was sort of waiting for them to do that, which actually happened in the end, even though that wasn't what Aemond wanted. And I was fearing that we were getting to something like that, and I was sort of sure of, that Lucerys was going to die in this episode. He got some focus at first in the very beginning where he was saying, I don't want to be Lord of the Tides. I don't want Driftmark. I'm not Corlys. I don't have any experience on the sea. I'm too young for this. And then Rhaenyra said some comforting words to him, and also like sharing some of her experience and what happened when she was named heir, when she was his age. But Corlys is not dead, and also I guess happy to see that. And then later on when they sort of said goodbye to each other, Rhaenyra and Lucerys, and they were gonna fly off, and I had that feeling, and I just knew, okay, yeah, something's gonna happen with that. This just feels wrong. But a good plan at least to try and secure allies. But maybe should have taken into account that an oath, like, to some of these people means nothing. We have to have a backup. Like, if they don't just go like, yeah, sure, that was the oath, I'm gonna hold to that, then we have to have something else to offer them. And they didn't, at least in the case of the Baratheons. I do still believe, because we know the Starks are honorable, that they are going to honor that claim. And likewise, I guess, the Arryns, and especially also because of the blood relation there. Even though Rhaenys, like, she's of Baratheon descent as well, so there should have been more loyalty there, but there just wasn't. At least happy that he was like, yeah, no, don't fight in here. He's a messenger. You don't kill the messenger. And then that's the thing. Like, they have traditions and they have laws here in Westeros, where there's just some things you don't do. We've seen people break those laws and traditions before, most notably the Red Wedding with Walder Frey. Like, you don't kill a guest under your roof, especially when you have given them, what is it, mead, like MEAT and MEAD, salt or whatever, like, and he did that, and he sure got his comeuppance. But nothing like that happened here. It was only after. I guess, yeah, I've been circling around it, so let's just get to that. Fuck me, that was horrible. And again, Aemon didn't want that. Like, he wanted to toy with him, and he wanted to take his eye as the whole eye for an eye thing. He wanted to give it to his mother as a gift. I'm pretty sure Alicent didn't ask him to do that. But he is, yeah, he might be a little more suited for the crown than his bigger brother, but he is still also a bit of an asshole and I guess unpredictable. And he was just toying with Lucerys. But then the dragons took over, and they did not obey their masters. And Vhagar just went for it and chomp. And that was it. Like, Eryx, that was the name of Lucerys' dragon, didn't stand a chance at all if it was going to come to blows. And now, yeah, because of that, and we saw how Rhaenyra, like, she didn't say a word, but we saw how she took the news towards the end, that is going to, yeah, now she's not going to hold back at all. She's not going to be tempered, and this war is going to break out for reals in the beginning of the next season. I feel like I hope we don't get into like I hope they don't do a time jump here and we're just jumping into the middle of the war or anything like that, that we're actually just going to pick up where we left off. And we're also going to see Jace going to the Eyrie and to Winterfell, because I really want to see more of Westeros during this time. I'm glad we got to see Storm's End, because I'm sure we haven't really seen it before. That was interesting, at least. But fuck. And it's another thing where it's like not on purpose, something that's not done on purpose, and it's sort of a coincidence, I guess you call it, or like it's not a willful act, or they'll just spin out of control and set a lot of stuff into motion, just like we just had with Viserys, where he thought he was talking to Rhaenyra, and then he said the whole thing with the Song of Ice and Fire and Aegon's dream, and Alicent totally mistook that to mean that, oh, we should crown our son Aegon, and then that happened and led into this. And now, because of what I was about to say, what Aemon did, he didn't really. What Vhagar did, now war's going to break out. And they're going to blame Aemon for that. And like Rhaenyra and Aemon, they're not even going to want to hear any excuses. Like, you killed my fucking son, or because of what one of you guys, because of what one of you guys, what am I trying to say here? Because of something that one of you guys did. My son is now dead. Unforgivable. Full on war. She does have the Valerians on her side, and that's something, yeah, we got in this episode again with Corlys being alive now. But he actually didn't want to do that. He just wanted to go back to Driftmark, or go back. He wanted to just at least just he wanted to not pick a side and just leave me out of this, leave our family out of this. We're just going to be content. No more pursuing the Iron Throne. I'm done with that shit. But this time it was actually Rhaenys nudging him back in that direction. And it is more or less her calling the shots, I feel like, between the two of them and in that family. And because she is very smart and very strategic, and she was pushing for this, like, even though there's still the whole thing with they think that Rhaenyra and Daemon killed their son, killed Laenor. But now the heir to Driftmark is dead. And there is still the whole thing, like, once we get to the story in Game of Thrones, or the Song of Ice and Fire, the Valerians are no more. Like, that house is gone. Same with the High Towers, actually, I believe. So those two houses, they're not going to survive this. They really aren't. But it's going to be interesting to see, like, all the events that's going to lead to whatever outcome we're going to get here. And there's going to be so much more bloodshed between the families, so much more death. And one side, I cannot wait to see it, because it is exciting, it is entertaining. This is a great series, this is a great story. But on the other hand, I'm also very anxious about, like, getting into that, and because it's gonna be horrible. There's gonna be so much more tragedy now. Like, tragedy is just, I'm gonna underline that word again and again, because that's what's going on. This is a fucking tragedy. But I gotta say, when Otto came to Dragonstone and presented those terms, and again, brave that he came himself, it didn't sound bad. Like, if it was the case that that's what Viserys actually wanted, and he, that was his last wish, and Rhaenyra knew that, then yeah, those would have been great terms. But that's not the reality of it. But also what Otto said, that, the realm will probably not accept Rhaenyra as a queen fully when there's a male heir, because of fucking traditions again. So it's just, it's hard to, like, fault any one person or any one event or anything like that. It's just the way that this fucking world is built, and it's gonna take someone to break that wheel, as Daenerys is going to, well, say years in the future from all of this. But that seems like it didn't really break the molds, and she certainly didn't, and the way all of that ended up. So it's just going to continue like this. But I like that, even though I don't like what happened with Vhagar and Lucerys dying, that was horrible. But I like that we got to see something like this, or at least, like, referring back to, and I mentioned it, what Viserys said about dragons just in general, and that they don't, like, the dragons, they are a force of nature, like, they're their own thing, something they shouldn't have trifled with. And the fact, like, the whole thing with, like, them controlling the dragons is an illusion. And we certainly got to see that here. Because Vhagar was just, Aemon couldn't do anything. And he was visibly shooketh as well. Like, what the fuck just happened? That's not what I wanted. And he's smart enough to know that, oh, fuck, now there's going to be so much more bloodshed. Maybe deep down he gets excited about some of that. Like, I believe like that's the case with Daemon as well. And Daemon did some interesting things in this episode as well. Like, of course, he clearly did not know about A Song of Ice and Fire. And I think there's also some, I don't know if there's some jealousy in there, or at least just some frustration on his part that that's not something that he was told about. But he's more, focused on the real world, but he also believes very much in the power of dragons. And I think that might bite him in the ass in the future. But he did not put any stock in these dreams and visions the same way as Viserys did. And that was a side of Viserys that he did not like. So he got very angry when Rhaenyra started talking about it. And dude, just express that with your words. Don't fucking choke her, maniac. I love his character. Like, he's so interesting. And Matt Smith is doing such a great job. But he can be so fucking unpredictable and out there. What dragon was he approaching? That wasn't Caraxes, the one that he was singing to down there in the crypts. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up, and I didn't know like just the number of fucking dragons here. What did he say? Like, we have like 13 or 14 dragons on our side, and they have 3 or 4. And yeah, there's way more dragons than I actually thought. So we're really gonna see that Dance of Dragons start for real next season. This was just the first dance in the sky. That was a shitty fucking dance. Wow. It's still. Oh, I'm gonna need for all of this to sink in. For wow, what a season! I'm so happy again that this has just reinvigorated my love for this world and giving me, it makes me want to dive into all of this and the lore again, and it makes me really want to read that fucking book over there, Fire and Blood, although I might not, because then I'm going to spoil myself when it comes to the bigger events, even though I know like it's written from the what do you call it, like the perspective of like a maester who's just writing down the history, so it's not necessarily what happened. Like, this series is what really happened, so some of the stuff that's in that book is not true. So yeah, fucking hell, guys, what did you all think about this? I feel like I've just been talking nonstop for I don't know how long now. I'm just rambling, but that was crazy. That was fucking crazy all the way through. And then with that ending and just Rhaenyra staring into the camera like that, and you just know shit is about to go down. What a performance again by Emma Darcy. They're doing such a good job. Didn't get to see Olivia Cook in this one, but she's just been killing it as well. Rhys Ifans killing it. Like, everybody absolutely killing it. And I do think like, for me, like the MVP of this entire season was Viserys himself, Paddy Considine. Considine. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. Sorry about that, but yeah, I miss his presence, and he was sort of the glue holding all of this shit together, even though he didn't do really a good job as ruler. He could have done a better job. He could have been more asserting, but he didn't, and now we're here, and fuck, shit is about to explode. I did already ask you guys what you thought about this, but let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this season finale and the entire season overall. And I cannot wait to dive into season 2 when it comes out and do that with Kat as well. So it's not only me who's going to be sitting here and doing all of this. Kat will join me in the future. And I'm sure there's a few things that I missed and that I didn't talk about, but still, that's going to do it for this reaction and review of House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 10, The Black Queen. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you as soon as possible. Bye.